Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources.
September 8, 1756 America, New York, tropical storm Mindy forms in Gulf of Mexico. Tropical storm Mindy has formed in the Gulf of Mexico, the National Hurricane Center said Wednesday.
PowerPost, September 8, 1747 America, New York, a profound memorial in Shanksville. For the past 20 years, Michael Williamson has traveled to Shanksville on the anniversary of 9/11 as the memorial to Flight 93 grew from a chain-link fence laden with personal mementos to a beautiful park replete with an elegant monument, a visitor's center, contemplative pathways, and a tower of voices.
September 8, 1741 America, New York, Kellyanne Conway fires back after Biden admin asks her to resign. The Biden administration told several ex-Trump officials to resign from military advisory boards, including Kellyanne Conway. September 8, 1716 America, New York, Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade will return to a traditional route and public viewing in 2021. The annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade will be a lot more like its old self in 2021, with a return to a more traditional route and the public lining the streets of Manhattan to watch.
New York Times World News. September 8, 1706 America, New York, Afghans flee to Pakistan. An uncertain future awaits. Refugees have drawn an angry response from many in that country, leading to discrimination and efforts to force them to go back to Afghanistan. The Torkham crossing in Pakistan, in August. RT World News. September 8, 1648 America, New York. They attacked us and killed our children. Grieving Afghan fathers demand fair investigation of U.S. drone strike in Kabul. Video. While it won't bring back their children, a fair investigation would at least restore their honor. 2 Afghan fathers from a family of which 10 of members were killed in a U.S. drone strike in Kabul have told RT.
BBC News World. September 8, 1644 America, New York, Afghanistan. Women beaten for demanding their rights. Women in Afghanistan demanding their rights say they have been beaten by the Taliban.
RT World News. September 8, 1643 America, New York. A new morality for show business, or communist virtue signaling. China demands celebs be humble and set a good example. Chinese stars must steer clear of money-obsessed Western celebrity culture. The country's Communist Party has reminded them, extolling the virtues of patriotism and morality after publicly chastising several big names.
September 8, 1627 America, New York, risk of severe breakthrough COVID-19 higher for seniors and people with underlying conditions. For fully vaccinated Americans, the risk of being hospitalized or dying from COVID-19 is low, much lower than the risk for unvaccinated people. But in those rare cases when a fully vaccinated person gets infected, data suggests it's older adults and those with multiple underlying medical conditions who are most at risk of serious illness. September 8, 1615 America, New York, 31-year-old begged followers to get vaccine before dying of COVID-19. Megan Alexandra Blankenbiller was waiting to get vaccinated until she had convinced her family to do it together. September 8, 1609 America, New York, delivery driver spots 2-year-old running into busy road. A delivery driver was making his last delivery for the night when he spotted a toddler running across a busy road. CNN affiliate KCBS has the story.
BBC News World. September 8, 1608 America, New York, Afghanistan. A new order begins under the Taliban's governance. The Taliban's new ministers have taken office, but are they any different this time around?
New York Times World News. September 8, 1555 America, New York, your Thursday briefing. Governing challenges for the Taliban. Taliban members gathered outside a home in Kabul, Afghanistan, on Tuesday.
BBC News World. September 8, 1549 America, New York, NXIVM sex cult co-founder Nancy Salzman sentenced to prison. Nancy Salzman will spend 42 months in prison for her role in the manipulative New York sex cult.
September 8, 1528 America, New York, Blinken says U.S. working to do everything in our power to get flights out of Afghanistan. Secretary of State Antony Blinken on Wednesday acknowledged a fair amount of confusion around charter flights from Afghanistan and said that the United States government is working to do everything in our power to support those flights and to get them off the ground. September 8, 1525 America New York, SE Cup, finally, it's Monica's moment. CNN political commentator S.E. Cupp gives her take on what it means for Monica Lewinsky to have her point of view made more prominent in a new miniseries about her affair with former President Bill Clinton. September 8, 1521 America New York, World Health Organization forecasts 25% fewer COVID vaccines for the world this year than earlier hoped. The World Health Organization's vaccine sharing program COVAX forecasts an additional 1.1 billion COVID-19 vaccine doses will be made available globally between now and the end of the year, fewer than previously estimated.
New York Times World News. September 8, 1517 America New York. As Taliban crush dissent, new leaders face cascading challenges. The Taliban continued to brutally crack down on demonstrations against their rule. The new government faces an unfolding humanitarian crisis and flaring tensions on the Afghan-Pakistan border. Taliban officials arriving at a news conference in Kabul, Afghanistan, on Tuesday. New York Times World News. September 8, 1517 America New York. As Taliban crush dissent, new leaders face cascading challenges. The Taliban continued to brutally crack down on demonstrations against their rule. The new government faces an unfolding humanitarian crisis and flaring tensions on the Afghan-Pakistan border. Taliban officials arriving at a news conference in Kabul, Afghanistan, on Tuesday. New York Times World News. September 8, 1510 America New York. Senior Russian minister dies after diving off cliff to save film director. The government said Yevgeny Zinichev, a longtime Putin aide responsible for emergency situations, dived off a cliff to save a film director who fell into the water. Yevgeny Zinichev, Russia's Minister of Emergency Situations, aboard a helicopter in the Chelyabinsk region in August.
September 8, 1505 America New York. Is Britney Spears hash-free yet? Not quite. After Britney Spears' father petitioned to end her 13-year conservatorship on Tuesday, her attorney declared victory and called it vindication for the singer. September 8, 1504 America New York. Texas inmate asks Supreme Court to let his pastor pray and lay hands on him during his execution. A death row inmate in Texas is asking the Supreme Court to block his scheduled execution Wednesday night because the Texas Department of Criminal Justice will not allow the inmate's pastor to lay hands on him and audibly pray during the execution.